welcome everybody to our department spotlight today, May 5th, 2020. We are joined today by our chemistry, geology, and physics department. We are joined today specifically by two of our faculty members in those departments, Dr. Perry Corbin and Dr. Nick Johnson. They are super excited to talk to all of you future Eagles about everything the department holds, the hands-on learning experiences, what their graduates do after leaving us here at Ashland University, and what kind of sets our department aside and different from other institutions. So I'm going to let them take it away.
Hi, Kylie. Thank you for the introduction. So as Kylie mentioned, my name's Dr. Corbin, Dr. Perry Corbin. I just finishing my 19th year here at Ashland. I am an organic chemist by training. So I teach a lot of organic chemistry, do research in organic and polymer chemistry, and I also teach general chemistry and non-majors, as all of us do in our department. Would you like to introduce yourself, Nick?
Yeah, sure. My name is Dr. Nick Johnson. This is my 5th year, or just finishing up my 5th year here at Ashland University. I'm an inorganic chemist, so where Dr. Corbin deals a lot with carbon and carbon-based materials, I like to work with some other things on the periodic table, such as transition metals, some of those main group metals, some of those things that may get ignored in your first couple years of chemistry. My research is focused mainly on inorganic systems as drug delivery systems, so taking some very potent anti-cancer drugs and trying to attach them to a drug delivery system to make them a little more viable.
So what we'd like to do today is to give you a little bit of an overview of our programs. Within chemistry, geology, physics, we're actually a combined department. And so we teach a variety of different things. So with Dr. Johnson and I both being chemists, we may have a little bit of more of a focus on chemistry today, but I also want to give you a sense for our geology and physics programs as well. Within chemistry, we have a variety of different majors that you can major in. One thing I'll point out about our chemistry majors is that all of them are kind of fundamental chemistry majors. We want students to have a good kind of broad background in chemistry, but then within that we have some specialties where you can look at specific careers you might be interested in, so forth and so on. So within chemistry, let me see if I can get my PowerPoint. I'm going to stop sharing here for a second, so I can get the list of majors for you. There we go. So within chemistry, we have a general chemistry major that you can major in. One of the ones I specifically wanted to point out is an ACS certified degree that we have. So this particular program is certified by the American Chemical Society, which is the professional organization for chemistry in the United States. This particular certification suggests that we have a strong program. We have to meet certain credentials to be able to offer that major. So if you're looking for kind of a broad a professional program major in chemistry, the ACS certified chemistry major is a good major. If you're interested in science at the interface of biology and chemistry, our biochemistry major is a very good major to look at. Again, it's a fundamental chemistry major. What distinguishes it from our regular chemistry majors is some of the classes that you take outside of our outside of our department. There will be classes in biology as well. And we have a strong working relationship with the Department of Biology and Toxicology. If you're interested in chemistry from a forensic standpoint, again, we have a fundamental chemistry degree that focuses then on forensic chemistry, and what distinguishes it from our other chemistry majors really are the classes, again, that you take outside of our department. So forensic chemistry majors will take classes in criminal justice as well as communications. If you're interested in environmental science, you can also do a double major in environmental science and chemistry. Our environmental science program is sort of unique. It's sort of a joint program between the Department of Biology and Toxicology and Chemistry, Geology, Physics. In this particular major, you actually complete a double major. You complete a major in environmental science and then also complete a major in either chemistry, geology, biology, or toxicology. So that's a little bit about our chemistry program. Again, all of the things listed there are sort of fundamental chemistry degrees, but we do have the opportunity for you to kind of specialize a little bit if you're interested in that. In our geology program, we have a basic geology degree. So if you're interested in field work in geology, this is a great major. We have a sort of a unique major that's called Geoscience Technology and Management, which is a combination of geology and actually business courses. So there are lots of jobs now in the oil and natural gas industry for geologists. So having a background in business can be very useful as well. So that's sort of a unique major that we have. We also have a major in physics. I like to say it's a small but mighty major. We have a physics program. Many of our students in this particular program, once they graduate, go on to graduate school in physics or engineering type things. We also have science education. Ashland is very strong in its education programs, and we have a variety of different means if you want to be a teacher or to become certified to teach in different areas. Probably the most popular is the integrated science, which allows you to teach really kind of in areas of physical science, earth science, as well as biological sciences. But we also have chemistry education, earth science education, and physical science education if you're interested in teaching. So Dr. Johnson's going to tell you a little bit about our classes, labs, hands-on learning. I think maybe a motto of our department is, or one thing that we really think about is that I think we're strong believers that you learn science by doing science. You learn chemistry, you learn geology, you learn physics by actually doing these things. So we have a strong focus on hands-on learning and research opportunities as well. So Dr. Johnson?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of the strengths of our department for sure, is the ability of not only students to learn about chemistry and learn about science, but also do chemistry and science. Anywhere from your first year at Ashland to your fourth year, there's huge amounts of emphasis on instrumentation, on running reactions, on doing synthetic chemistry in the lab. We have an entire instrument lab that is full of different types of instruments that you'll see not only in graduate school, but also if you enter the workforce and try to work in the field. And you not only are learning about those instruments, but you're using them. In your first couple years at Ashland, you are going to be under the direction of faculty, shown what these instruments do, what they're capable of, get used to working with them. But as you progress into your third and fourth year in Ashland and you get into the upper level classes, you're designing projects based upon those instrumentations. And instrumental analysis that we have at Ashland, there's a lot of projects that you develop from beginning to end based upon some instrumentation. And you're not only using the instruments, but you're also being able to look at the data and try to interpret data and try to figure out the best ways to utilize the skills that you have. And that not only helps you in your education, but also helps you when you start looking for jobs past Ashland University. Being able to walk into an interview and not only say, hey, yeah, I know what an HPLC is, but I've used it extensively. I know how to determine different methods and how to work with that is hugely helpful. All of our classes in our labs are very small as far as the number of students to the faculty that are there. There's a huge amount of emphasis on working with the faculty that have expertise in these areas. We have the faculty we have in the department have huge areas of expertise with instrumentation, synthetic chemistry, and the big thing that we work a lot with is collaboration. So the integration of these different fields in with each other. Also a huge benefit to working at Ashland University or coming to Ashland University as a student is the research opportunities available. I love the research that I do, and I love being able to not only work and progress research in my field, but more importantly for me is working with students. At this point, I have 6 different research students ranging from their second year all the way up to their 4th year that we are working in the lab 6, 7, 8 hours a week, one-on-one, learning about the chemistry and doing things that have never been done before. Big thing that a lot of people in our department do is when it comes to research opportunities is also presentations. So we take students to conferences, we go to national American Chemical Society conferences, local conferences. I've taken students down to Ohio University and Toledo University to present their research to graduate students and faculty from around the area and around the nation and help network and try to find ways to integrate themselves into the field. Throughout the department, all of our chemists, geologists, and our physicists all have research students. We all are working with those students to try to give them the best experience possible to help not only teach them and prepare them for life after, but also nurture that curiosity when it comes to understanding some of the chemistry and some of the science that we're doing at Ashland University. The level of instrumentation that we have available to students at Ashland is pretty significant for its size, I think. A lot of my students will use nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, and we have HPLCs and GCMS and all this kind of stuff that we have available for students to use. And while all those acronyms may not have made much sense to a lot of people, once you start working in this field, that level of instrumentation is fantastic for a school our size, I think. Anything to add to those, Perry?
No, I think you kind of hit on everything there. I was going to mention that this also extends to our other programs, in particular geology and physics. Our geology program in your classes and outside of classes, the professors want students to get used to doing field work. So there's lots of field work opportunities in geology as well. So this kind of hands-on learning extends actually beyond our building too, into field work, especially in geology, which is very, very important in that particular area. In addition to kind of our hands-on learning, research, so forth and so on, we have several student organizations in the Kettering Science Center, which is where the department is housed along with the Department of Biology and Toxicology. We have American Chemical Society student organization, a geology club, Tri Beta, which is a biological honorary society. Again, there's lots of collaboration between the two departments, and as well with between faculty and students. So it's kind of a close-knit group of students. So our students get to know other students. They work together. It's really a nice community. And I know Ashland's motto is accent on the individual. I know faculty take that seriously. It's not just a motto to us. We really enjoy working with our students. So I think that's one of the, one thing that sets us really apart. We do take that seriously. You might be wondering what our students do when they graduate. Well, in these areas, they do a variety of different things, and all of the areas are going to be prepared for further graduate work. So several of our students will go on to graduate programs in chemistry or geology or physics. Almost all the physics graduates go on to some sort of graduate program. So it prepares you for further study. Along those lines, it prepares you for professional school. Biochemistry, I think, is one of our top majors at Ashland for those who want to go to medical school and professional schools. A lot of our graduates will go on to medical school. We have a student entering veterinary school in the fall. We have students at dental school. So the biochemistry major in particular is very, very useful if you're thinking about pre-professional programs. And we also have students go on and get lab jobs in all of these areas. So again, we want to prepare students to be able to work in the lab, work in the field. So students will get jobs in labs. We have students working across the state. Charles Rivers Lab, which is in Ashland, has a lot of Ashland graduates working there. We have former graduates working at Procter & Gamble, Lubrizol, Cooper Tire and Rubber. We have geologists working at the EPA, and recent physics graduates actually in engineering. So our students actually do a variety of things, and I think what we do during their time at AU really helps them prepare for their future. And we typically get really good feedback from our students with regards to the level of preparation that we've provided them. Just wanted to end here. These are just a few folks that are in our department in chemistry, geology, physics that are involved in teaching and actually doing research with our students. One resource that I specifically wanted to point out to you, if you're interested in learning more about what our students do, what we do, what our alumni do, and this is across the sciences. We actually have a science blog. I think if you just search for Ashland University Science Blog, you'll come up with this link, and this kind of has a nice kind of overview of some of the things that are going on in the sciences at AU. So this story here is from one of Dr. Johnson's and my colleagues, Dr. Weidenhammer, Jeff Weidenhammer, who does research looking at heavy metal, the amounts of heavy metals in cookware is his current project that he's working on. You can see that there's a variety of years. You can go back for years and see what our students are doing. Here are 5 of our biochemistry alumni who we're very proud of, who just graduated from medical school last year and are now in their residencies. So I would encourage you to take a look at the Ashland University Science blog and take a look, and you can see what our students are doing and some of the things that are going on in our departments. And obviously you can contact us. I think all of our contact information is on the department's website. So feel free to contact us if you have any questions. So we'll hope you'll consider Department of Chemistry, Geology, Physics at Ashland.